What up, Dokkaners? So we got a bunch of different news to discuss in this video. I'm just going to consolidate everything into one video instead of spreading it out, you know, creating a bunch more videos. Let's just make it easy and put all in one. So we got some free stones in the web store. We have the Million Arena update situation. We have a special stone situation. We'll talk about that. We have a Goku Black Rosé situation. Whoa. We could be potentially looking at a new Goku Black Rosé. That's kind of crazy. And also we have an update to a previously established link level boosted event. So let's just start from the top here, starting with the web store. For those of you who may not be aware, the web store is now live. They have been making this push on multiple fronts. Like all mobile games are trying to do this because they want to eliminate the intermediary from taking a big cut of the transaction. So to further that, they are doing these things with like promo codes and whatnot. So if you enter web store into the web store itself, if you type in the code web store, you will get 7 dragon stones. Now I've already done a video going over how you can essentially connect up your Bandai Namco account to your Dokkan device. So I'm not going to go through all that again, but basically when you're on the screen, the yellow button at the top here is the promo code. So you would type in web store, you would input, and you would then get a message saying that you have the stones in your game. And then you would switch over to your game. And if you're on the home screen, simply refresh and you'll see the stones have been added, and then you'll get a little memo in your game. Since I've already done this, I can't show it to you, but I've already done the promo code myself. So I would imagine that in the future, they will continue to make these sorts of pushes where they try to get you guys to sign up for the web store. Ultimately, if that's all that you do just by connecting your account to the web store, that's fine. But obviously the end goal is to get them to, or to get you guys to potentially buy on some of these packs and whatnot. So if you don't want to do that, you don't have to, but getting the free stones, if possible, would be a good thing. Next up, we were given the Arena Final Key 1. So just quickly on this, Million Arena is without question the dumbest event Dokkan has ever made. And it's very clear that nobody is doing the event, which is making me so happy. Because I have never had this much hatred for an event before. And with the semifinals having concluded, the idea was that the higher echelon scores were going to make it to the next round. 30,000. It was first 100,000 that qualified to the semifinals. And then we've got the top 30,000 that make it to the finals. So I don't know, maybe this is still a pretty large sample size, but I'm kind of looking at it through a biased lens. But a lot of people are getting in for very minimal effort. That's the part that's making me so happy, because the average score I would think would probably skew around like 70, 80, 90 if you're trying to get those missions done. But people are getting in with 20 million. I think I saw somebody say 15 million. I don't know if that's necessarily true or not, but I mean, Ningen also corroborates this. So yeah, it turns out the event sucks and people aren't buying it, and it's good. I'm very happy to see that. So if you got those keys in your game, it's because you tried the event. You probably got a very marginal score, but you still made it in. I feel like the only people who didn't get this were the ones who simply didn't even attempt it once. The advantage with getting this, though, is that you are guaranteed 3 more keys. Because remember, there is a casual mode and there is a competitive mode. Competitive mode and casual mode both give you 3 dragon stones for clearing the stage once. So if you manage to pick up these keys, then you have essentially given yourself 3 extra dragon stones. If you don't want to use the keys ultimately to do the event more than the one time, that's totally fine. But just get your 3 dragon stones for the competitive one. That is a W. Moving on here, let's talk about the special stone. So the special stone section in the Baba Shop has, or is going to be updated. Now, for those of you who don't know what the special stone is, this is a very exclusive deal that they offer in like the beginning of a window. I think this started back during the version Z update during 2022. And so for 100 hours only, they offered this discount deal where you could buy, actually, you know what? Let me find it in the video, because in my video, I think we see the price point. I think there's like a $4 one and then like a $30 one or something. So here it is, $4 and $25. So this is what it was. I don't know if it still is in game. I would imagine probably not. But for $4 US, you got 50 dragon stones, 10 box space, and a bunch of stuff. And for the premium version of this pack, you would spend $25. You would get 100 dragon stones, which doesn't add up when you consider the math. $4 for 50. So you would think 100 stones would be 80. Or sorry, for $8. That's not the point. The point is you get a free LR that is awakened, I think awakened, with the purchase. That's the main selling point here. And so since this released back in 2022, times have changed. Characters have become less relevant. Other characters have become better. So what they're doing is they're basically updating the roster. They're updating the list of characters that you can pick up. with that special stone. Back in the day, there were only 6 characters available in the list. It was AGL KFC, Tech Broly. Oh. If you saw my recent short, you know why I'm cringing with this guy. Int God Goku, and then we've got AGL Spirit Bomb. What the? Hello? AGL Spirit Bomb Goku, Int Rose, and STR UI Goku. Back then, these guys didn't have Easy Ace, so it was a very different climate back then. But still, things are now different. So they are updating the roster to include newer characters. So down here we have the ones that already exist with this guy. The new ones include Golden Frieza, AGL LR Golden Frieza, STR Bulma, Int Spirit Bomb Goku from the Turles movie, STR Spirit Bomb GT, Physical Spirit Bomb Z, Int Tanabata, thank you LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and then you got the worldwide Future Saga units from 2023. They are all in this list. That totals to 14 characters. There were 6 before, 8 have been added. There is apparently going to be one more character that will be added soon, but the reason that they haven't shown it here, I believe, is probably because of the fact that we haven't been given the reveal yet for the Global Dokkan celebration. So whatever that last LR is could potentially give away or maybe increase the odds of you figuring out what it is, which is interesting because if that's the case, why would these guys be here? Because right now, these seem like very interesting, relevant characters considering we're thinking, you know, Future Saga. Especially since Zamasu spoke at the most recent hint. So I don't know what that last character would be. I think that's what this means, meaning you would have a total of 15 characters to choose from. 14 characters just seems odd. 15 is like a nice round number. So that's the situation here. The design of the treasure item is going to change. So it originally looked like this green stone. I guess they're going to change it. So whatever it looks like afterwards, it's still going to be the same item at the end of the day. They also go on to specify that if you already purchased this before, the premium Dokkan welcome pack, if you did it before, you can't do it again. So if you're a spender, this is kind of stupid, because why would they deny you the ability to get one of these characters for free? It's not like these guys are exclusive, unless there's something about this guy. Maybe that could potentially be why. But otherwise, I find this very unusual that they would exclusively make this a new player thing and nobody else. Like, you can't double up on it. I don't get it, but it is what it is. You have 100 hours after the first login on the 6th of July-ish to actually do this. So I will do a video around that point to, you know, talk to you guys and give you guys my thoughts on it. Because with these newer characters in here, I would say just off the top of my head, probably... This is without even knowing what the new units are going to look like for GDC, but maybe Spirit Bomb Z, Spirit Bomb GT. Well, actually, no, they're going to be showing up during the 11th anniversary. Maybe Bulma might be the best one because that's just an Omni support. Or maybe, yeah, that's probably the one. Either Bulma or probably Bulma. Bulma might have the best value unless you just want to have one of these guys sooner. I don't know. So I'll look out for that video. Premium Dragon Stone companies purchase ones. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that covers that. I'm trying to go through these quickly because I don't want this video to take forever. Moving on here, let's go to the next video topic, and that is the Goku Black Rose situation. So what we are looking at here is something that Proton listed in the updates in the data download that happened back in June 2nd, but he forgot about mentioning it until recently, which has now created a firestorm of speculation. So naturally, we are going to touch on this as well. Goku Black Rose could very well be receiving some sort of a new character during this upcoming celebration. Considering the fact that Zamasu spoke during that hint, leads a lot of people, myself included, to believe that Future Saga will have some sort of a presence during the celebration. Not specifically Zamasu, although perhaps that is a likelihood, but Goku Black Rose being so closely tied to Zamasu is very much in play. Could this mean a new Goku Black Rose summonable character? Of course it could mean it. Does it guarantee it? No. Most recent example of an asset getting updated in some form or fashion is the Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku. This happened about a year ago that the asset was updated, and for about half a year we kept speculating the very next celebration could perhaps be GT related. Didn't end up happening until the 10th anniversary, where that unit actually manifested the new assets in the AGL Carnival Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So what I'm trying to say is, while it may seem specifically relevant right now, it doesn't necessarily guarantee it's going to happen. That being said, if I were to bet though, I would say probably this guy will have something to do with it. Maybe this is a banner unit. Maybe this is a Dokkan festival or a carnival. I have no idea. Maybe this is a component in the what a lot of people are expecting to be the reversible exchange Zamasu and Rose. All that has been done is that some of the assets have been rearranged. And I asked Proton what that means specifically, and he doesn't quite know because that really just goes into like the nitty-gritty of game development, which is not something that we really know too much about. But like you can see here on the left side and on the right, it's different. There are different poses. Like here, this guy is facing one way, this guy's facing the other. This reminds me of that office that office scene. Corporate wants you to spot the differences between these two images. Okay, I thought of one. Gimme. They're the same picture. It's not. There are a couple differences. This guy's also like positioned differently. But anyway, yeah, that's all it is. That's all it is. It's nothing more. A few character sprites were rearranged. The end result of the animations seem to be the same, so I'm not sure how relevant this is. The bottom line, whether or not anything substantial or minute was done to these assets, the point is there is a deliberate reason and purpose for them doing that. If they are looking at a certain asset, even if it's for the tiniest pixel, there is a very specific reason for it. So this could be something that manifests soon or later. We will have to wait and see. Before we get into the last topic, I want to just point out one little screw up that Dokkan did recently. So I did not know what you guys were talking about in my other video because people started spamming in my comments and on my live stream global Dokkan campaign. I didn't know what it was. It turns out it's because they goofed on the infographic. If you think about it though, like, you know, they're obviously Japanese, so when you are trying to pronounce the letter L, you actually can't in the Japanese language. That's why it always sounds like an R. So it's like, what is it like? What's an example? Oh, of course, Dokkan Battle, right? Dragon Ball Z, Dokkan Battle. It's not battle, it's not Dokkan Battle. Dokkan Battle. So yeah, they can't say it. So I guess they must have like wrote it out phonetically and then they just goofed. I just want to go ahead and show off here. I went ahead and I made fun of it. So made fun of it. Gerbil, a Dokkan celebration. Lastly, I want to talk about this. So some of you may not have noticed this. I almost didn't until I saw somebody on Twitter mention it. So the Grand Elder Guru's event has been removed from the main rotation, like the main events, because we've reached the deadline. And it's now been made permanently available in the Portal of Memories in the limited attempts event. So they have moved this into the same spot as the other events that I talked about in that one video. Go check that out because unfortunately the situation is very weird. While all of these events are available to you, they cost an insane amount of blue keys. And you only have so much to begin with, either from what the celebration has given us so far or just whatever you have in reserve. And so you have to make a decision very deliberately on which events you want to be doing. So I did a whole video discussing this, but TLDR, these are the best two stages to use. They are expensive. This one costs 25 blue keys, and you can do this once every, is it once? 3 times? However many. 3 times every 7 days. You can do it a limited amount of times, but it works for every character, and you have a 42 link level rate, which is one of the highest that you could possibly do. This one is the same, but only on stage 1. If you care about specific categories, they will limit you to those categories on certain stages on these 2 events, and the trade-off is that the link level rate is a little bit higher, but not high enough, in my opinion, to where it's worth doing this. I will admit, though, that the blue key cost is lower for these because, again, it is limited. Down here with the metal cooler, this is basically the King Kai event, but worse. The only advantage here is that it's cheaper. It costs you, I think, 17 blue keys per entry instead of 25. But I would rather go for the higher link level rate than saving keys. Like, I don't care about keys as much. This one is exclusively for Future Saga, which is stage 2. I wouldn't. And now with Grand Elder Guru being here, this is the same thing as the metal cooler event, and both of these are inferior to the higher level version. So I don't even think that this is gonna see much action with people with their blue keys. That's my overall like very quick summary on this. If you guys want to, you can burn all your keys on all of them. When it comes to link leveling, it's basically you multiply that stage's number. You won't see the number, but like these are the values if you want to just save them. So you would multiply 42 by whatever percentage you're looking for. So this is the standardized table. So if you're looking for like a level 9 to a level 10, in general, in a vacuum, it's a 0.3% chance. On a quest mode stage, like one that I tend to use, which is 35-6, the chance for a 9 to 10 is 1.1%. However, on the King Kai event, where the link level rate is 42, that chance goes up to 12.6. So you want to make these runs count, and you want to make these runs work for the most amount of characters that you care about. If your team is exclusively movie heroes, run this event for sure. If your team is exclusively movie boss, run this event for sure. But if you don't have just those characters and you want to cater to more, this would be better. And, you know, if you save those keys to use these over a longer period of time, ultimately might be a better move. So there you go. That is the full breakdown for all of the news that I wanted to cover in this video. Consolidating everything into one video saves you the hassle of having to watch several different videos. I'm going to be spamming videos all over the place when the celebration begins. Figured I'd take it easy on you guys in the countdown. So there you go. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Leave in the comments your thoughts on the event change, the special stone change, anything else that I discussed in this video. What are your thoughts on it? Do you think that a Goku Black Rose could conceivably be a summonable unit during this celebration? Perhaps a free-to-play unit. Maybe not even a summonable one, maybe a free-to-play. And have you been using your blue keys? If so, which stages have you been running? Anything else you want to discuss, feel free to share in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more content of the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let YouTube know you want to see more of myself do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.